Hey, Shalom Akim, this is Yabatazah. I want to give all glory and praises and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders, great millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your salvation with fear and trembling. Kal Halayim, Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Raha, Rakak Kodash, Barakatam Akim. I'm just coming back with the video this morning, just going into the whole topic about am I Israelite or black Israelite. Alright, you got these scoffers and mockers and just enemies of the cross of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that are out here in the world that are just fulfilling their lot as the devil, as a demon, and just trying to distract brothers and get brothers knocked off their feet and their toes of doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, trying to discourage the body. But that's why we have certain strong men within the body to keep the body up. You know, you got your legs, you know, you got strong ankles, feet that are built to hold up this specific body. You know, you got a strong core. All right, so you younger brothers out there, don't listen to these scumbags, man. You know, these demons, because that's all they are, man. Learn from it. Take example of the brothers that are out there, you know, pushing His word 100% and have faith. I just want to jump into some scriptures. I don't want to go too deep as far as like pulling out scriptures and proving certain points. That's why the Lord said, "He that has an ear, let him hear." Because I'm gonna jump into this parable regarding the wheat and the tares. So I'm gonna jump off with Matthew 13 and 24. It says, "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field." Okay, so when you read this parable without understanding, you ain't gonna know what it's really talking about, who it's talking about. That field is the field of Israel, all right, the world of Israel, and then the good seed are those Israelites being planted in that field, that ground, by the word, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, "But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat." All right, so tares, they also have a particular type. They have their own seed. It's like you look out in the world, you got different types of vegetation, but they're not of the same seed. They all have their own different class, their own different family. You know, it's just like with people, you know, nations, you know. So, but while those, like the Lord is using a parable, a short story to break it down to you, you know, to get you to understand. When He was away, you know, after He built, you know, created the earth, He made everything beautiful in its own self. You know, going back to all the way to the beginning in Genesis with the serpent and Eve and Adam. You know, He came and planted that seed within Eve's mind. You know, it can be through the spirit and through the flesh. All right, these tares, because you got 2/3 of our people that are as heathens, man. You know. And you'll think that they look like a straight up Jake, you know, from the tribe of Judah, but they'll act like a fucking Edomite, man. You know, or a so-called not a so-called, but from a northern kingdom. They'll act just like a damn Edomite. So it's not our job to be like, well, man, is he an Israelite or not? He's a 2/3, man. If he ain't getting this truth, he's a 2/3. It's simple. You know, he's just a 2/3. Now, if you're a father, if you're a son or a child of one of those types of men, individuals, and you believe and have faith, then you're an Israelite. It's just your father's is not right, man. You see what I'm saying? It's plain and simple. You can't go based off your father as far as like, well, am I an Israelite? By the way, his actions, his mind frame, you know, because our people are wicked as hell, man. They talk shit about the Bible just like the the Edomites, the other nations do, man. You'll be amazed at what type of people are out there in the world, man. You know, but then you got ones that they're naturally Edomites. They're naturally of another nation. All right, but it says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and the wheat is what Yahweh Shai is coming back for. That's the good seed. You know, that's the thing that's more profitable, which is the elect. All right, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, the elect. All right, they're not black. All right, they're Hebrew Israelites. That's it. And went his way. So this enemy came, you know, and sowed his seed amongst that field. And when did all this happen? Well, you had various examples of when the earliest one, through history, is one of the conquistadores came over there to Issachar in Mexico, the Aztecas, and over here in the Americas. All right, and they started raping the women, man, and planting their seed in them. And even before that, Esau was doing this, man. You know, he was having children with Canaanite women, so he can have, you know, his children to look like Judah, to have some form of pigment, melanin, you know. So it was always being done, man, where Esau, the devil, the enemy, came in and planted his seed amongst the children of Israel. All right, and it says, but when the blade, verse 26, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. You know, so they grew up together, you know, but it was going to be through growth, through the growing of the Spirit, that you're going to see who is who and how to make a differentiation, all right, between the two, between the, you know, these certain ones. But before I go any further, let me prove real quick here in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 21. It says, yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art they turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? You see, so this is talking about Israel, man. Let me see if it I mean, if you know the Bible, you know in the book of Jeremiah, the first chapter is talking about Jerusalem, Israel, all right, the Israelites. But right here in 21, it says, yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. See, so the Lord is likening Israel as into a vine, as into a field, as wheat, you know, a plant, you know, a particular tree, an olive tree. You see what I'm saying? So he planted them to be a holy seed, right? Made whole, a healthy seed. How art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? See, so going back to Matthew 13, you know, he planted that good seed in the field to bring forth wheat, you know, similar to this one in Jeremiah chapter 2 and 21. But then it became strange, because if you read, I'm going to go back to Matthew 13, all right, and it says in verse 27, so the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? See, so these servants of the good man of that sower that sowed good seed were confused, man. And they saw it as strange, you know. They're like, how did this thing happen? You see what I'm saying? And just like I read in Jeremiah 2 and 21, there was a question mark at the end of that statement, of that question. You know, in that writing. How did this noble vine become a degenerate plant and strange and strange unto me. You see, because the ways of the heathen, the learning of the heathen had defiled them. You know, made them strange. You know. That's why you got the Israelite foreigners, the Gentiles. You know, the confusion of face. But you got those that are not Israelites, that look like Israelites, etc. And it's making sense. Okay? Let me go to the book of Galatians 2. Galatians chapter 3, verse 16, it says, "Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Yahushua HaMashiach." Right, so Abraham was given the promises and the covenants, right? The law, statutes, and commandments, etc. to his seed that came after him, that were promised to inherit these things. Because when you know the story of Abraham had several children from Hagar, Keturah, but the promise went to Isaac, right, from his mother Sarah, and then Isaac had a wife named Rebekah, and he had a son named Jacob. All right, and the promise went to Jacob, and then Jacob had his 6 wives, if I'm not mistaken, and he had his 12 sons. You see, and that's where the promises spring forth to those individuals and to their seed. And that seed here in this particular verse is representation of children. Okay, it says, let me go back to Matthew 13 and verse 27. "So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had they tares?" And the tares are the unwanted ones. All right, they're not children. They're not the children of Israel. All right. He said unto them, An enemy had done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while they gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together unto the harvest, and in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barns. And that's what you're seeing happening, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. All right, you're seeing these Jakes, you know, the southern and northern kingdom being put to death because of their wicked ways, man, because of their heathenistic patterns, tendencies. All right, whether they're then you see a lot of heathens being put to death. All right, that's what's happening. The Lord is only concerned in protecting the wheat, the elect. All right, before I go any further, let me show another scripture here in the book of Amos. In the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8, it says, Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. You see, so this is also likened unto the field in the world of Israel. All right, but he's gonna destroy what off the face of the earth? A wicked kingdom, man. Which you got Israelites that are wicked. All right, you got Esau that governs the whole earth. He encompasses the whole earth with his wickedness. His system, that spirit's gonna be destroyed. But he's not gonna destroy the house of Jacob, the elect. That's who the Lord is concerned with. All right, just like he told those reapers, gather up the tares first and burn them up, but then preserve the wheat and put them in my barns. All right, which which are the representation of the chariots, but in the protection and guidance of the holy angels. Verse 9, for lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. You see, so the elect, that wheat, right, that corn is not going to fall upon the earth and be destroyed, man, by way of thermonuclear destruction. You know, you're going to be able to discern on between those that are the children of Israel and are not, man. But it's not to be concerned with. But like I said, to the younger brother, the Akims, the Akim, these certain individuals that come testing the brothers on the highways and the byways are nothing but demons and scoffers, man. All right. So you just got to remember the scriptures, man. You got to have faith. You know, you got to have faith in this thing, because without faith, your works are dead, and vice versa. Your works, if you have works and you don't have faith, your works are dead. All right. So let me go back to Matthew. All right. Matthew 13:30 says, let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. See, so the Lord, his eyes are upon his creation, and the one thing that he chose, that's what he's coming back for. The elect, the chosen, the ones that are rehearsing the righteous acts, all right, and setting their house in order and things of that nature, man. All right, but in the midst of that, you're gonna have tares. You're gonna have individuals that are not brothers, all right, that were never part of the fold, and those are the ones that are gonna be tied up and thrown into the fire, man, which is by way of thermonuclear destruction. All right, and the barn representation of salvation, all right, and the wings of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai by way of the chariots. Okay, so let me finish it up. He's gonna break it down right here. This is Matthew 13:36. Then Yahweh Shai sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. And he said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man, which is Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai was given the authority and power from his Father Yahweh to create all things, the earth and everything that's in it, and his chosen people, which are the Israelites that came to be known as the Israelites. All right. The field is the world, and the field is the world of Israel. That's who he's concerned with. That's who he had planted on the earth to be that noble vine, that holy good seed. The good seed are the children of the kingdom. See, Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. You see, so you're gonna know them by the fruits. You're gonna have to make a discernment. You have to make a discernment by that. You know what I'm saying? A heathen, a demon ain't gonna be doing the work, man. All right. He ain't gonna be on the highways and the byways risking his life, knowing that he could be ultimately put to death, you know, suffer loss. He ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell that a damn heathen, a 2/3 is gonna be able to do that. And if he does, he's gonna come short. He's gonna fall out. All right. Let's go to the book of John, chapter 8. Verse 30, let's see, Slakia, we'll type it in. John 8:44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will you do? He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. All right, so those are those tares, man, that are the children of the devil, the enemy, Esau, or one of the other nations, or it's an enemy within our own people, the Israelite man. But he's a 2/3, man. You know, they are the father of the devil, whether they want to acknowledge that or not. It's through their actions, through their works, that you are to be able to make that discernment. You know, let's go back to Matthew 13 again. All right, Matthew 13 and 38. The field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. You see, their father, the devil, the enemy, the one that is adverse of everything that's called the Most High. You know, Esau. It says, verse 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. Okay? As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. See, and we know by way, and we know how that's going to happen in that third woe, man, by way of fire. And we know it as through ICBM missiles. All right, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, nuclear war. That's how that's going to happen, man. You said, verse 41, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend. So all things that offend, whether it be a 2/3, because they're considered as a tare, you know, that unwanted plant, that degenerate, strange plant, seed, or a heathen, man, that's trying to mix himself. You know, all things are going to be gathered together. Everything's going to be sought out and seen for what it is by the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ultimately through him, his eyes. He knows all men. He created all things. All right. It says, verse 41, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. As I made that statement earlier, man. He that has an ear, let him hear. Because you go so deep to prove your point. You know, you can go deeper and deeper, but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he would say these parables, and a lot of people didn't understand them because he wanted you, the Spirit, to work through you to understand it. Okay, but if you don't understand, you ask questions, like the apostles did just right now when I read the breakdown of that parable right now. So let's go over here, and I'm gonna end it with this in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. See, so He's going to command the angels to gather all things, man, that offend these tares. And that's when they're going to uproot them, man. And they're going to spare and preserve the wheat, which is the elect, the Israelites. So it has nothing to do with color. It has nothing to do with your father. You know, if you're doing the work, you believe, you have faith, and you're coming in a sincere and broken spirit, then you're an Israelite, man. There's no question to that. That's how you know who your brother is, doing the work. All right, but sometimes you have brothers that fall out, and they're not part of that, you know, unless the Most High has mercy on them for whatever reason. But that's how you make that discernment. So I'm gonna just end it with this. You know, all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Hope it was edifying to you, some of you brothers out there, to you brothers out there. You know, until next time, I want to say shalom.